So the Explore Your Zoo XYZ program is part of our youth volunteer program, which encompasses our XYZ crew, junior crew, and also our zoo crew. So it goes all the way from 4th to 12th grade. XYZ specifically is just 4th through 6th grade. So that whole core of youth volunteers participates in educating the public about animals. So they come in, they get a little bit of knowledge about the animals, they kind of build on that knowledge with experiences and hands-on activities throughout the zoo, working with keepers, working with our research staff. So they get really amazing career-based experiences throughout the zoo. And then they also will go out and share that knowledge with the public. We just received a grant from US Bank, and it's $15,000 that will help us diversify the program. So we're using these funds to reach out to underserved communities and get youth involved that typically wouldn't be able to either get transportation to the zoo or just aren't able to have the funds to participate in programs like these. Specifically, they're going to learn a lot about animals. So we have animals from all over the world here at the zoo. So we're going to dive into natural history knowledge, teach them all about what it's like to live like a sea lion. What does that mean? What is their life like in the wild, and how do we teach people about that so that they build empathy for those animals? So they're going to learn not only about those animals, but how to communicate that to others. So they'll work a lot on their public speaking skills. They'll work on things like resume building. And our whole goal of this entire thing is that we're creating a STEM career ladder, essentially. So starting from 4th grade, even younger, if we're looking at the entire education department, we're trying to get these kids really involved here at the zoo so that they can just keep growing with us and hopefully have a job here one day, or at least in a STEM career field.
And we see kids that, wow, I cannot believe we made an impact in their life and help them find the path that they want to follow. And over the years of developing these programs, from our high school program to our youth volunteer program, we've had a lot of successes. On zoo grounds, we have 30 employees that were former Zoo Academy students with our program. We're starting to see kids come back to our community that went off to go into vet school and now are vets within the community.
And so these programs, as well as all of our education programs here, have conservation at the forefront. One of the biggest needs, like I mentioned, is just access to these programs. So this grant is wonderful. It's a one-time grant where we'll be able to provide some funding for transportation, for scholarship assistance, but we'll need that assistance in the future since this is a one-time grant.
If the youth volunteer program, the XYZ Club, was not part of the zoo and part of this community, we would lose a whole generation of students who are going to become passionate individuals and stewards of wildlife in the future.
I think what excites me the most is that we're building that core of voices that will be spokespeople for the future of conservation, and it's just really great to see a 4th grader get that twinkle in their eye and get excited about conservation on that level, because you know that maybe in 20 years they're going to be changing the world.